Welcome to an example in which we're trying to estimate population growth. Population of a country was 260 million in 1983, and the continuous exponential growth, let me underline that, continuous exponential growth rate was estimated to be 2.2% per year. Assuming that the population of the country continues to follow an exponential growth model, find the projected population in 2002, round it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the key phrase, as I've underlined, let me box it, is continuous exponential growth. So when you come to the notes, here's the notes. Right here on the side for you. This is the notes. Notice it says exponential growth or decay, definite, definite time period versus continuous. It says there are two ways that exponential growth or decay may be stated. Number one, definite time period. Or number two, no definite time period, exponentially or continuously. So for example, if they say it decays 5% per year, then you use this formula, P equals 1 plus R to the T. If it says exponentially or continuously, you use A equals PERT. What did ours say? Continuous exponential growth. So even though they did say per year, don't let that throw you off. It's still continuous. So continuous exponential, there's the formula we're going to use. A equals PERT. So I go, okay, so A equals PERT. And so remember what A is. It's the amount later. P is the principal. Like if it's money, principal invested at the start. It's really a financial formula. We can use it for anything. So P is like the principal, like the money you first put in the bank or invest, and it grows to be some amount A later. R is the rate, T is the time. I think that you know. So, okay, so what does this mean then? They're telling us it was 260 million population. It's 260 million in 1983. That's going to be our start. So this is the start, is 1983. So the amount equals 260. So the P is the 260 because that's the starting amount of people in 1983. And E to the R is 2.2. Remember, you got to take that 2.2%. And move the decimal back 1, 2 places would be 0.022, right? We always move a decimal back 2 places when we change from percentage to decimal. So it's going to be 0.022 T. Is that making sense so far? Now, what is the T? T is the time. Well, how they want us to know the amount, find the projected population in 2002. Well, it's the time from, we're going to take 2002 and subtract 1983. I think that's 19 years. 19 years, right? I'm pretty sure I'm doing that right. Let's see here, I don't want to mess anything up here. 2002 minus 1983. Yeah, that's 19 years. So the time is 19 years. So this will become A equals 260 E to the 0.022 times 19, right? The time becomes 19 years. Because 19 years later. So starting with a 260 million population in 1983, growing at 0.022 or 2.2% for 19 years to the year 2002, what will the new population be? We'll hit the buttons on your calculator. So literally on the TI, I'm going to take 260 times, and I'm going to hit the E button. Now, every calculator is a little different. I'm going to hit the E button times E on the TI. If you have the TI 8384, you've got to get the E button. You've got to hit the second and the LN button that has E above it. That'll give you E to the power, then 0.022 times 19. Oops, here, I didn't write that very well. And then hit enter. And so when you do, I'm going to do that right now myself. Hopefully, make sure I'm going to get that right answer. Second LN to the 0.022 19, hit enter. 394. Yeah, I got this answer right here. So 394.919. So they just ran. And by the way, it already says million there. So you don't have to put, because you might have thought, well, don't I have to write like 260 like million, like with a bunch of zeros? Well, no, everything's in millions. See how it started in millions, it ends in millions. So it's already in millions. So just 260, it's already millions. And then our answer, 394.9, it is millions. So you don't have to add any zeros. We're already talking millions. And so there we go. There's the answer. So whenever they say continuous growth or continuous or exponential, you're going to use the PERT formula. And P is the starting amount, 260. T is the amount of time, and R is the rate. And they had to, the rate got to move decimal back 2 places. Time is how far from 1983 to 2002, 19 years. Plug it into your calculator, and there we go.